Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Alright, today is Thursday. Welcome to the land of absolute insanity. So we're going to go into secret knowledge. Now, this might not be that secretive, but we're going to go into it anyway. So, it might not be for everyone. I'm also going to go into Lilith. I'm going to channel Lilith. If anybody's familiar with Lilith, yeah, have fun with that one. So I had a request on that, so I figured, what the hell, right? And I'm also going to channel mystery guests. I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to bring this one in more often. It's another request. I'm not going to bring it up right now. Be a secret. Until Saturday or Sunday, sometime. Has to do with conspiracy theories and stuff. Let's put it that way. Hint. So, all right, we'll go into. Oops. All right, those are new to all this. I'm Target.com, right? Private sessions. We have a scheduler here. We're not a channel. It'll be bizarre. You have Google Hangouts, Zoom, and channeling by phone. It's all recorded if you want it recorded. If not, that's fine too. Also have questions. I'm like over 10 days delivery, like 15 days. Same situation here. We have other channels and heroes I do recommend. Social network and awesomeness. I'm so backed up on the rabbit. I have 2 issues that are second one's almost done. I have one that's completed, and I got another one that's practically completed. And well, in due time. So, thank you for your support. Mayhem. Alright. So, also, whatever else that comes through. Let's see what we got. I'm going to Lilith. So, secret knowledge. Where am I going with that? Obviously, it's all different types. But this is, I don't know, like I said, I don't think this is that secretive. But it's basically people turning into demonic energies. People that drink a lot or do do a lot of drugs that's very toxic can pull you into low vibration and bring in demonic energies and even turn you into a demon, depending how far you've gotten. I know. I want to put that in the title. It's like, you want to be a demon? How to become a demon, basically. And it's not a subject matter I really want to go into, but those of you that have lived in the world probably have seen this, and it's no surprise. There's also I forgot the name of him, but there's a church pastor that looks like a demon. He's on TV. I forget his name. He's the one that once, it's called, like, if you fly in a plane full of demons, which I think it's bullshit. Yeah, the seats can be a little bit bigger, and the leg room can be a little bit more open, but other than that, it's not that bad. It's like being in a bus in the sky, basically. So, oh well. But that one, I forget his name. You can look him up. Basically, he's the one that said a tube full of demons, and he should talk. Because he is a demon, basically. That is a demon of greed. So he's living, he's reading passages of the Bible. He's living, grass, nice house, wife, he's reading passages of the Bible like he gives a shit. So, which I don't think he does. But he's warning, I don't know. There's different types of demons that they have lessons to be learned from us, and doesn't mean they're ready to let go of their darkness, but we have a lot to learn from them. That's one of the things that when I was out in Fort Worth, the Archangel Michael didn't really go into. I felt him pulling back. Maybe it wasn't time for it, but there's more demons here in human form than you would ever freaking imagine. You just not have to look. You just gotta know what to look for. And like at work, there's a guy that does work for, run the building and paints and stuff, and he got pissed off and he looked like a demon. So you can bring it through you. Doesn't mean he is a demon, no, but you can bring the demonic energy through him if you wish to. So he was Jamaican too, so might have some connection there, but either way. So anybody has the capability of it. But some beings are here as demonic energies. We're here to learn from them, but what's sad, I don't know if it's sad, but it's like when you have loved ones that are doing drinking and drugs, it is sad. And you kind of see them going that direction. And there's nothing you can do. They don't want to change. And you see them getting worse and worse and worse. And it's hell. It's like, you know, this person's not going to listen to you. And it's just a nightmare. I guess I'm kind of seeing that already. But it's not good. So yeah, those, like I said, those that abuse alcohol, like abuse it. I mean, that's some people like drink, like, okay, some people drink alcohol, freaking wine, but they keep their sanity or something like that. I mean, maybe they have some demonic energy going through them, but they keep themselves kind of level. I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe not always. Some have a little bit more control over it. Then others are out of control, who are drinking all this shit, doing drugs, and then they think, you know, like, I'm attacking people, or neutrons attacking people, or whatever. But if you're like, if you drink a lot of stuff and do drugs, or, you know, subscription drugs, not gonna name names, you can like disconnect from your body, from your chakras, and something can come in, and it's kind of terrifying when you think about it. And you would think whatever they're telling you is true, because they're kind of driving the car. You're not in the front seat anymore. Sometimes you are, but not always. If you're reliant on alcohol, like I said, it's not everybody. Everybody's different. But there's some that are excessively doing this stuff. Like, you smoke weed all the time. I don't think that, I guess it can, but it's a little bit, you know, you don't know. I mean, you know, people that, yeah, the most, when you consume a lot and you know it's like, I think I just left my body, something fucked up just came through. That's when you know something's not right. It's like, you know, and there's nothing wrong with pushing your limits. Anybody, you know, it's normal. You gotta try stuff. Understood. But you can try stuff when you get possessed easily. So people that are worried about people getting possessed are probably being possessed and don't even want to recognize it. So, like I say, it's excessive alcohol. Alcohol is horrible. It's amazing how it's even available. You know, it should be illegal. It shouldn't even be existent, but it's a test. Alcohol, drugs of any kind, like illegal drugs. I just do that. Like is an excess of that, and then like subscription drugs, and you mix those three together. You know, it's like you're a time bomb. Eventually, you're gonna blow up. Doesn't mean you'll turn into a demon, but you're allowing demonic energies to rule over you, take over you, and control your life, and eventually, you know, it's personal responsibility. Nobody can stop you. So, but there are some here that are demonic already, like a manager of in government. We'll just use that one for example. Like a manager in government, not to say where or what, that looks like a demon, and trying to pull others in, probably because he is. He always has demonic tendencies, and he's trying to recruit others, you know, into the lower astral. So yeah, you think demons are creatures? They are, but they can also be people. So it's not exactly the subject matter people want to hear, but I think it's needed. Like bars are a perfect example of that. They might come, you know, that's the thing. People that are like the devil in the suit might be the nicest guy in town, but he gets pissed off or something triggers him, and you see something else there. So a lot of them put on, that's the other thing, they put on a nice appearance. How is it going to get into somebody's? It's like a vampire. You have to look nice, get into your life, and you see something else. Imagine a lot of girls out there have dated guys like that. Turn into somebody totally different, yeah. And guys too have dated girls like that and turn into like demonic energies. Like, what the fuck did I just deal with? So, there's different levels of it. It doesn't mean that person's a full demon. Some are, and some are just like channeling demons. So it's I wouldn't call it's scary, but people have probably experienced this somewhere. I mean, not all bars are like this. There's some bars that are actually, somewhat balanced, sort of, if that makes any sense. But a lot of them aren't. Those that try to put on an impression, look good, look fancy, cocaine is in the background somewhere hidden, it's just, that's where the devils really come through. Now, obviously, they hide it really well, unless you can see it in their face. And that's the other thing. People that are abusing, alcohol and all this stuff altogether, and they might be attractive. I hate to say it. I mean, the attractiveness is going to go away eventually. And it ain't coming back. And the mind isn't coming back either. So, because these 3 drugs wipe out the mind and wipe out, because if you're pulling in demonic energies, it starts to show up in the face eventually. You ever see an old person that looks like a devil? So it's fun to abuse oneself, but oh well, self-love is a bitch. Finding that isn't so easy, but it's so common. So people are looking for devils and stuff. You can find it not very hard. You just gotta know what to look for. Any local bar will definitely have somebody like that, especially if it's a popular one. Of course, you can look around. Might have to look around for a while. But devil people are definitely here. Of course, there are angel people here too. But the devil ones aren't talked about much. For obvious reasons. But you have to call it out eventually for it to be healed. And some of them are pastors and stuff like that in churches. I did other ones like on a major TV church. I think it's 700 Club. He's connected to that somehow. Isn't that nice? He's the one that wants to fly around in a jet all the time, and he doesn't want to fly on a regular plane with a bunch of demons around there. Yeah, he should talk. It's like a demon. A demon saying he doesn't want to fly on a plane with full of demons. It's like he's the one bringing that shit in. If there's demons on that plane, he's the one who brought them. So. There's like greedy demons, there's sex demons, there's all different types. So, I mean, we can learn from them. The more we learn from them, the more we can release them from the earth. They're more. Trust me, there's more here than you might realize. So, and there's also demonic buildings. That's why they have the symbols around them. Demonic cities. New York City has a lot of that. Not the whole city is demonic, but quite a bit of it, because it's gonna run down, looks like shit. Then the Dallas has some of that too. So also there's angel energies there definitely. Fallen angels, but positive angels, I would say, are usually hidden. But they're not ones that do a lot of. I mean, they've probably been through their own darkness. I mean, you have to. You have to go through like drugs and whatever the hell it is to kind of clear out that darkness and then find the light within themselves. Makes sense, right? How can you heal darkness if you don't know what it is? So you have to find it within yourself first. Go through addictions, go through sexual situations, whatever it is. And then they can find peace with themselves and then heal others. So, and being an angel being here is not easy, obviously. Being anybody here is not easy. Well, unless you're a devil person. But eventually, the truth comes calling eventually. So, now, I'm going to go with some of the alien stuff a little bit. Like I've been talking about is feline energies recently. Now, there's different types of feline. There's all different types. But there is. I mean, the Weirin feline is the one that, ways that I've seen. That there's positive ones, obviously. There's deceptive ones. I want to say it again. Many of them like being worshipped. I don't think the Syrians are so much like that. Maybe they are. But when you look at a house cat and they like being, like, looks like they're kind of living like a king, right? So I don't feel it so much around the canines, or at all. Maybe a little bit. It's not everything, but nothing like the felines. The felines love being worshipped. They love being, controlled. They feel like they're more advanced than others. Like I say, it's not all of them. It's just a certain groups. And they're here in different players. And we're kind of healing the feline within ourselves. Everybody's different, but there's certain that going through a lot of like ego, a lot of that's feline ego. Like, I'm better than everybody, I'm this, I'm that, yada yada yada, I'm more beautiful, whatever. A lot of that's feline. Because it might have worked in other feline worlds, but you come here, it doesn't work out so well. Good care to heal the ego from the feline incarnations. Like, I would say, not all, but a lot of the felines have the biggest egos out there. Reptilians do, but it's different. But the felines have a major ego because it just, they're beautiful. They're just gorgeous for a long time because I don't think they lose their looks like you do here. Here you lose your looks. As a feline being, I don't think so. You do, but it's not like this. So this world is a karma world. So you put out shit, you start looking like shit. So if you're real beautiful and you treat people like shit, you start looking like the Wicked Witch of the West. Because you start to look at what you're throwing at people. So a lot of aliens don't have that. I don't think the felines have that. It's different. That it doesn't hit them looks wise. It comes back to them in a certain way. But either way, either way. Okay. All right, I had to put that out there. I guess that's something I'm battling or with somebody in Astro for a kind of idea. When I look at humanity, I see a lot of feline energies here. And it's obvious there's reptilian, but the feline isn't really addressed that much for obvious reasons. Because I don't go on YouTube looking for feline channelings and all that, but I feel like it's not being addressed that much, and it's kind of like it's hidden because we look human. We look human, but we don't look like feline people. But when you connect to the vibration, you feel a feline energy or a manipulation there too. Like some felines, I'm getting like jewelry, like wearing all this fancy stuff and looking all jazzed up. They do that in feline worlds too. So it gives you kind of indication. It's like follow the jewelry. Now, not everybody wears jewelry has a major ego, but there's some that's just like you can tell there's something going on there. So because they like to be beautiful because they can hide their bullshit behind luxury. So I would say luxury in general, like cars, even houses, all feline related. Of course, you have the bird people, the carrions. But the carrions, from what I feel, like to be hidden. They don't like getting a lot of attention. The felines want to show it. Say, hey, look, I'm beautiful. I'm this. I'm looking at my big ass house. Look at all this jewelry I'm wearing. I'm just a big badass. Now, not all of that's feline. Some of that's reptilian too. It's like feline and reptilian mixed in. So, obviously, you can't prove this stuff physically, but if you connect to the vibrations, you can feel it. It's like we're connected to all these animals here. And, when you become more fourth dimensional, you become unphysical, basically, in this reality. You just tap into bizarreness that you can't really see here physically, but you like living in 2 worlds at once, or 3 worlds at once. You just know it exists. And you see it, but everyone else might not see it. That's the fourth dimension. Fourth dimension, just but you shouldn't have to prove it. You just know, and others will know what they need to know. We all just know what we need to know. Yeah, you shouldn't have to prove anything. Yeah, that's the fourth dimension. Or in fifth dimension, but fourth dimension. So things will get easier in the fourth dimension whenever the hell we get there. Yeah, the fourth dimension, they gave me some glimpse of it. Yes, there's a lot of reptilian beings there. Not all of them are bad. Some of them are very curious about humans. Some of them, obviously, majority want to be seen by. They want to connect with humans. But obviously, they know humans are going to freak out, do this and do that, call their mom, cancel their vacation plans. You know, they don't want to do that. They want to go on vacation with you. They want to hang out with you in your hotel room or wherever the hell you're at. They want to go swimming with you. How many people are up for that one? Sign up today. Yeah, so that's a reptilian beings. A lot of them are very friendly. They just don't look human. They look weird. They're not out to eat humans either. A lot of them don't do that. No, a lot of them are vegetarian, I believe. So yeah, a lot of them are nice. They just look freaky. That's all. So got a pretty good sense of humor. So yeah, like going to the fourth dimension or any dimension, it's just a gradual process. Just live your life the best you can. That's all you can do. See, I feel like they're tapping into me right now. Usually I don't. Normally on a daily basis, I don't really feel the fourth dimension that much. I'm just living the everyday life and trying to not lose my freaking mind. But right now I'm here in my channeling room, and this is where they're showing me all this. So they do walk about around us. Obviously, the reptilians do. They observe, but they try to not for us to pick up on their vibrations. Some do get aggressive, like when children are mentally manipulated by humans. Not, you know, they don't like how children are treated here. Because children should be treated like gods, or you know, they should be treated better. On many education systems, are to dumb them down, obviously. But that's a test. Humanity has to let go of that test. It's not ready to. It's indoctrination into the third dimension, obviously. So school systems are eventually, obviously, going to be kicked out. Eventually, but not. Yeah, we got a while. Most people like to be. I mean, what is it? The Brave New World. It's like we're kind of living that. An altered version of it. You know, kind of the high mind energy. Obviously, it's not telling you anything. Anyway, all right. We're bringing Lilith. I think they're okay with that. Reptilians want to talk more, but all right, Lilith, and we'll do what we can on connecting with her. Jeez. All right, I've connected to her before in private, here and there for certain people, but it's been a while. All right, blessings. Here we go. Hope I don't regret this. I'll bring in what I can. She's pretty intense. Greetings to you, this is Lilith. I am like the sexualized version of Mother Earth. I am the one that gets, yes, the kinky going. Also, I'm there to split the male and the female apart so they can learn more about each other, but also to bring them back together. So I'm here to test the brother and sister, but also just the male and female. The brother and sister is actually, depending on the soul, a lot of brothers and sisters are actually one soul. Some are. They're actually twin souls, many of them here. And many of them are brother and sister in astral, and many of them are not necessarily husband and wife. Some of them are, most of them aren't. Because they work better as brother and sister. And if they do get married in other realities, but the energy is not right, some of you will come in and break them apart. It's like you should have never connected before. You have this strong connection together. It's love, but not really love. But you know, you can get together, but you're kind of friends, but not really lovers. That's more like a brother and sister energy. And some of you just like you break through it, and you just have a romance. Some of you do break in and get one of them to cheat. Yes, to break that connection. You have no choice. They should never got together in the first place. Now, there are cases where that was fine for them to get together, but then that contract needs to come to an end. So, with souls, yes, cheating is on your world. In some cases, it's necessary, but not all. Some do it for selfish reasons. Some do it, once again, to break other people apart. But you realize it's not always a negative karma. Now, sometimes it is. Like if you have two couples together, everything's fine, and then you come and break it up. Then you're going to get karma for that. But so is also the one that did that with you, too. But that karma is leveled out. Sometimes the children go through it. I mean, help you through that karma, or either way. It goes on through lifetime to lifetime. The love energies here is distorted, of course. It is distorted because it's living through a lower astral. Basically, it's like, there is true love here, yes, but most of it's attraction love. And that attraction love is from past life karma, past life connections. Lust energies is activated to a higher level because the lust energies, souls can't think clearly when they're in a lust environment, such like pornography. Things like that. They can't always think clearly. So they have a relationship with that person and they dial down. It's like, what did I just do? But there's also another way of procreating the earth. Keeping the earth populated. To keep the earth populated, pretty much everything is kind of thrown together. What's going to reproduce here? We'll see what happens. Nobody really knows. Spirit has an idea, but nobody else really knows. Keeping the world populated, basically, everything goes. Whatever it can take to put two people together to create a child, we're all for it. Now, if it's going to be positive or negative, it's a whole other story. Now, that's not we want violence, not at all. But some do it because they come from a selfish realm. And they only care about themselves. Yes, they get many that do like an act of rape, usually go into lower astral and never come out for quite a long time. But they get karma comes back to them, and where rape happens to them. It depends on the situation, but usually it comes back to them. And usually it comes back to them when they're living a time of peace and everything's taken away from them. It depends on the situation, of course. Acts of violence are basically, sexually, is once again lower astral beings. So you might be in a relationship with somebody that's covered in lower astral energies that's very abusive. But also, if you're in that relationship, warning from that, disconnecting from that contract isn't so easy. Basically, some of you are, yes, dating the devil, yes. Because you have the devil inside of you that's curious. Thing is, a curiosity, it can really cause a lot of harm to many of you, as some of you know. So, dating the devil isn't what's cracked up to be, but some of you do it for various reasons. There's male devils, there's female devils all over the place. It's to get that kink out of you, too. Some of you get that darkness out by dating the devil, but also learn more about yourself. It's all unnecessary. I mean, if you're going to do it, some get addicted to it, some feel trauma from it because they saw too much of themselves, and so now they want to be alone. They saw a dark side of themselves. They scared the living hell out of them. So being alive alone is probably just as well. So, understanding the soul is this world brings out a lot of darkness, as many of you see. Necessary. Where else going to get it? There are other astral worlds that are very dark, yes. They're like hell worlds. Yours is hell to a certain extent, but not fully. You don't have demons walking around in the physical. That would scare the shit out of you. But there are worlds where that happens. You do have it, but it's mostly human form. So it's like half hell. It's not full hell, but it is hell to it. It's on how you look at it. Now you can release hell if you wish, but many still have dark desires they're not willing to let go of. Movies bring in the lower astral realm into the screen, which programs people. Now they're not ready to let go of their darkness. Now, not to say everyone's going to fully let go of its darkness yet, because many are on the training wheels of learning how dark they can go without killing someone or themselves. So sometimes you get a relationship with somebody dark, and just you want to see how far you go dark wise before you reject it. Then you go through the trauma of it. Eventually you release it. Eventually. Yes, you might have alcoholism or drugs to add to that darkness. Some of you have darkness and are just not exploring it. Problem is you explore it and it causes a lot of mental damage. That means that you want to go into darkness, but you're trying to do it through alcohol, but you're going about it the wrong way. Some just have darkness and are just not ready to release. So they do drugs and all of this. They mix them together, and they get addicted. But it just brings in. See, the lower astral beings that you're bringing in are ones you've already known. So you're bringing in friends. So it's like you're having friends with lower astral beings that seem nice, but aren't. So disconnecting the lower astral is not as easy as some might think. A lot of bars are lower astral bars, so they look kind of dark. Not all places, not all restaurants look like that, but some do. So I'm a restaurant bar and look like, is that hell? It's like a nice version. It's like, looks nice sort of, but has that hellish energy because it is connected to the lower astral. So, and people go in there willing. And usually, it's the places that are the most nicest looking to draw people in. The ugliest ones are just, they don't want to be messed with. They only want a certain amount of group of darkness and that's it. But the real flashy ones are trying to recruit. And doing pretty well. Because some of, like if you're a young person, you bring someone home going through a negative situation, and you go back to that bar, or you bring in more. It's like they open you up to darkness, and now it's like, here's one addiction is darkness. And then you bring in drinking, drugs, and all of that. Then you can't get out. So it's up to you to break the cycle. You can if you wish, but most don't, because they just want to see how far they can take themselves. If it takes them to death, so be it. But most aren't on that because they know the karmic hit of that. Like going into death is like karma that you just don't want. Because you're going to be trapped in an earth like this for a very long time. Another version of, or this version. And they see that and it's like, okay, now I'm ready for rehab. To hell with that. But many don't want to. They see it, but they ignore it. That makes it even worse. More drinking, more drugs. And then you're trapped here for a very long time. If you disconnect from yourself, and other beings come in. And it's like a party. Some feel popular. I need to keep drinking to keep the party going. It's like you drink more to keep your party lovers happy. You know, here's more drinks, here's more snacks, here's more drugs. You're keeping your party going. So, blessings. Alright. Blessings. Alright. Take care.